Hello and welcome to Rosivas Academy. In this video, we'll be looking at the formatting tags. And if you're here, I believe you must have watched the previous video on heading tags. So in this video, we'll be exploring the formatting tags in HTML. If you want to know how we arrived to these points, I will leave a link to the previous video in the description. So watch it. You will understand how we arrived to this point. So most of the formatting tags we'll be looking at is bold tag. We have the bold tag. We have the strong tag. We have the emphasis tag, and we have the italics tag. We have the superscript tag, and we have the subscript tag. We have the mark tag, and we have the strike tag. These are some of the formatting tags we have in HTML. Just as the name sounds, formatting. When we say formatting, we mean to edit something. So formatting tags, these are tags that help you edit your codes or edit your work in HTML. So we'll be exploring each of them one after the other. First is the bold tag. So the bold tag we have B presented with B. So this is the bold tag. You can see the opening tag, you can see the closing tag. So let's say I type something like tech and I go live. So you can see that the word tech, it is actually bold. Unlike me not adding the bold tag. Now let me type this tech on a neutral base without adding the bold tag. Let's see what it will look like. Now we can see the difference between adding the bold tag to the tag and not adding the bold tag to the tag. However, if this website was to be hosted, you won't see this tag that wasn't added to the bold tag. Reason because it wasn't added to a tag. So you only see this one that was added to a tag. I'm just doing this to show you guys the difference. So we erase this. So primarily that is how the bold tag functions. And now coming to the strong tag and the bold tag has the same function. Most developers prefer calling it strong tag. Most developers prefer calling it bold tag. So it's just same thing. So it's just same thing. Strong. So let me type something else instead of that same tag. Let me say boy. So if you go live, you will see that the boy it's actually bold. So instead of maybe using bold, you can actually use strong. The boy is bold. And what if I don't actually type it in? You know, I just type it alone. Boy, if you come here, you will see that the boy is not bold. So you can see the difference between the boy which is being placed in a strong tag and the boy that is not placed in any tag. So that's the function of the strong tag, and I will remove this. Coming over to the emphasis tag, the emphasis tag is being written as em. So let me write tech. Now this emphasis tag, it's just like italics. You know, to italicize, you can see our tech here after this emphasis tag tech. So you can see the tech here and it is being italicized. So that's the function of the emphasis tag. Emphasis tag, you can also call it italics tag because it functions the same way as the italics tag. They are just two things with different name functioning the same way. Same with the bold and strong tag. Two things with different names functioning the same way. We look at the italics tag. Like I said, it's two things with this different name functioning in exactly. So let's say boy here, and we check it out. You can see our boy. It has been written, you know, with italics. It's been written in italics. So that's the function of the emphasis tag and the italics tag. Now let's proceed to the superscript tag. So the superscript tag is written as sup. So assuming we have 20 sub 10, you can see superscript, then we have 10 there. Now you can see what we have, 20 raised to the power of 10. So superscript is always like, you know, power. I believe you should know what superscript is. So how do we write that? We use superscript tag. So you write your 20 first, or the number first, and then you use the superscript tag to indicate a power, which is the 10. Now heading over to subscript. So we do the same thing for subscript. So we say 20 subscript is denoted as sub 20 sub, and we have 10. So check it out. So you can see 20 base 10. Now this superscript, it is 20 to the power of 10, whereas subscript 20 base 10. So we write the 20 first, then we introduce the subscript tag and we input our 10, and that is for that. And then here we come for the mark tag. The mark tag is denoted as mark, and let's say boy. So you can see that it's been highlighted. So the mark tag just like highlighting, highlighting the particular word or highlighting the particular line or sentence in your code. So the mark tag is particularly for highlighting. So that's the function of the mark tag. And lastly, we look at the strike tag. So let's say the strike tag is denoted as strike. We input our text here, and if you check it out, you can see it strikes a word. So that's the function of the strike tag. So just like your Microsoft Word, how you after typing your whole stuff, how you format, you edit, that's the same thing with HTML. You type your codes, write your codes, and then you tend to format them, tweak them a little bit, adding bold, um, italics, highlight some words, and the rest of them. So that is the main function of these formatting tags. So this is where we'll stop for now. However, if there are more tags, as time goes on, we'll get to explore those tags, but these are the basic tags you need to know in HTML, the basic formatting tags. Now, if you enjoyed the video, ensure you subscribe, like, comment. See you in our next video, and I will leave a link to a previous video in the description.